All right. Thank you so much for being on. I see Crystal on. I know Shayna is helping me tonight as well. I'm super proud of these leaders. They are going places. There she is, SSELB. I wish I could move you closer to me so we're all on one page. This is exciting that we have two pages of people. This is, again, another example of the law of averages. You heard me say we have about 500 people on the team. 47 are on. So 10% of people usually will show up. And you'll talk to 1,000 people, 100 will say yes, 10 will follow through, and 1 will be a rock star. Okay, so just remember those law of averages, and then remember that you, as you get better and as you learn more, you will continue to increase your average. So I'm going to go ahead. I guess I'll introduce myself, and then I'm going to let Crystal and Dana, please mute your mics, guys. Mute your mics, mute your mics, mute your mics. Manage participants, mute all. All right, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Melissa Martin. I started this business 5 months ago. I do have previous network marketing experience. And I was somewhat successful in that. I had to go back. I spent 3 years at home with my kids. I was working full-time in network marketing on the side, and was able to quit my job, raise my kids for 3 years, and slowly my paycheck dwindled, went back to work. And so when I started this business, I was working 60 to 70 hours a week. And I knew that that's not what I wanted to do. And I knew that this was an industry that was exploding. And you guys hear me say it time in and time out if you show up to these things. This industry is at 600 million at the end of 2018 and is set to grow to 22 billion by the end of 2022. So you have 4 years to bust your ass and take advantage of it and create a legacy for you and your family, or just you if it's just you. But at the end of the day, you know, when I leave this world, for me, it's just not going to be about what I did for me. So. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. A week ago, this will be my second week, Monday, that I will not have had to wake up and go to work anymore. For the past 6 months, I've been waking up, taking my kids to school, going straight to work, not getting home any earlier than 7 p.m. And most nights it was 9, 10, sometimes 11, 12, literally, if I was lucky to tuck them in, give them a kiss, and wake up and do it all over the next day. So then I had Girl Scouts, and I had gymnastics some days. We had to pull our kids out of gymnastics because I didn't have time, and I was tired of that. I was tired of it, so I got to work. I learned, I watched training videos, I listened to motivational things, I listened to leadership trainings as I drove, as I got ready in the morning. I did not watch TV anymore. And so that's how I made things work. So in that 5 months, we replaced our full-time income, or I replaced my full-time income at a good paying job, and decided it was time to take advantage of what this industry is going to do, and it's going to explode. And I wanted to take full advantage of that. So now I'm 100% CBD slinging mama. And I work my business on social media, at events, home parties. Heather and I were at an event last night, went out to dinner and grabbed a drink after the event. I pre-enrolled the bartender. So that's how I work it everywhere I go. I always have something, got CBD or whatever, because I'm taking full advantage of it. So I love it. I love what the products do for people. And when it comes down to it, I know that the more people I can train to properly sell CBD, the more people we're going to reach as a team, as opposed to me just trying to sell CBD to all the people in the world. So that's my goal, and that's why I like having you all on here, is to teach you those things that I've spent time and so much time learning, and learning the hard way. Believe me, I've paid $500 for an event that just flopped in the past. And so I want you guys to learn from my mistakes rather than making your own. So I'm excited to have you on, and I have some really amazing emerging leaders that know their stuff, like, wow. And so I'm excited to have them on too. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, and I'll shut up for a little bit. So Crystal, you go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, good. All right, so I am Crystal Showalter. I have previous networking experience, um, and I started in the beginning of July with HempWorks. The few of my successes, I became really comfortable with talking to people in person, so I do really good at events. There's some events that I've been to where I worked it and I got over 60 leads. It takes time with following up, like Melissa was saying, the law of averages. So out of those 60 leads, you keep messaging, following up, and eventually they'll follow through, or they'll tell you stop texting them. One way or another, I'm gonna get an answer. So do you want me to go over color personalities first, or let her introduce herself?
Yeah, let's let Shayna introduce herself first. I will say, to Crystal's point, 80% of sales, not just in this business, but everything, happen in 8 follow-ups or more. But unfortunately, 40% of people don't follow up after the first time, and 75% of people don't follow up after time 2 or 3. So that's where a lot of the lack of success comes from anyone in sales, and especially this industry. So go ahead, Shayna, introduce yourself.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm on a new computer, so I wasn't sure if it was going to work. My name is Shanna. I have been in the business since, I think probably right after, shortly behind Crystal, maybe the end of July. It might have been a little bit later than that. I'm not 100% sure. It's just been right at between 4 and 5 months. I have absolutely no network marketing experience of any kind. I was one of those people that actually kind of hated network marketing. But I have found this product that it's legit, it works, and I am under a fantastic team, and I'm doing what Melissa tells me to do, and it's working, guys. So, I mean, I'm not progressing quite at the same rate as Melissa, but considering I have absolutely no experience at all, it's like Melissa says. She says that, you know, it takes dedication. I have 3 small kids, and every time I think I don't have time for this tonight, I imagine Melissa like wringing my neck saying, yes, you do. So yeah, I mean, listen to her. It works. It's working. I don't know. That's pretty much it. I'm an occupational therapist. I've researched the heck out of this and how it can help people that I'm connected with, and it's an awesome product.
That's awesome. It's actually my favorite that you don't have network marketing experience. Because, there is a good handful of people on our team that don't. And it's funny, it's the ones that I would say, like, my top 20% on our team of my personally enrolled, I would say only, like, the majority of them are people that didn't have network marketing experience that are doing well. And so that's really exciting to me. And so, yeah, so we're going to talk about, you can hear my kids scream in the background, so I apologize. My husband works nights, he bartends. We come from a hospitality background, literally have been in restaurants and bars since I could work. And same with him, that's all he knows. And so, but, oh my gosh. So there's a lot of times we would rotate with the kids. We don't trust daycares and stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, we're going to talk about, oh, by the way, Crystal is like rocking with her events. She makes a crap ton of retail money. Shayna's trending for 5K. I promoted to 25K last month. I'm really pushing for 50K this month. So I mention those things because we're just not a bunch of hacks giving you advice from our ass. So I want you to know that there's a pedigree behind it. And this time next year, I'll be 250. I'll be a 250K affiliate. I know I will. And so you don't believe us, just watch. So you're either going to come with us and run with us, or you just slowly walk there, and that's okay too. Like, that's totally fine. An extra $500 a month can like change someone's life, you know? So, me from a personal standpoint, I have a goal to facilitate some women's groups here in my community, I feel like we are in a position where it's generation upon generation of druggy babies that turn into druggy mamas. So I want to instill some confidence and self-worth into some of the women in our community. And this business is going to allow me the financial means and the facilitation of the time to actually do that. So I'm excited for that as well. So we're going to talk about color personalities, an overview of color personalities, and kind of key characteristics in this. This is super important to know and understand because not everybody joins or buys because of the same reason. So this is going to be very helpful information, especially in your recruiting and what sort of things you're going to discuss with your potentials, whether they be a potential customer or a potential affiliate. So Crystal's gonna discuss the different color personalities. And then what I will do is actually talk about how you can kind of maximize your efforts with each personality and what to kind of lean towards. So go ahead, Crystal.
Okay, so when it comes to color personalities, there's 4 different colors. There's red, blue, green, and yellow. So the easiest way for me to remember is I just associate one color with one word. So red is they're money-driven individuals. Blue would be fun, green is informational, and yellow is helpful. So if you can remember those, then it'll help you remember the extra things about it. I have a little picture too that I can share, and it goes in detail kind of with each color. So yellow, or I'll start with red since that's what I said first. Those are money driven people. So they like to be in charge. They're great organizers, always looking to improve things, always think that they know the best way to do something, focused on the bottom line, so what their ultimate goal is, and all reds think they're yellow, which is true. So they think that they're being really helpful, but they're ultimately going after that money. That's what drives them. So then I'll do blue. So blue are people that love to have fun. They're adventurous. They love meeting new people. They're always talking and telling long stories. Sometimes they listen, but they're usually just looking for like, okay, well, what are we gonna do that's fun, you know? So people like that are the life of the party are blue. So those 2 categories are spontaneous type people, and they act quickly on stuff. So those type of people you want to make sure you follow up with more regularly, stay on top of with them, because they can just out of the blue be like, oh, okay, I'm going to sign up. And if somebody else was more recently talking to them, it could ultimately go to the sale to the other person. So you want to stay up on following up with those type of people, because once they have it in their mind to make the decision, then it's made. So green people are informational people. They're like accountants, computer engineers. They're more logical thinkers and not so much with emotion. Those are the people that ask you all the questions. Well, what's the ingredients, and how much CBD is in there, and how much THC, and is it organic, and where can I read this information, and where's the testing? So those type of people can take a little bit longer because they're wanting to make sure that they get their questions answered before. A lot of times they might just ask like, what's the link that will give me the information, because they want to do the research themselves as well. So yellow are supportive people, nurturing, so they want to help. Those type of people are like nurses, teachers, full-time moms. They love helping people get what they want. So a lot of your yellows are the people that will do like host a post for you, because it's helping you out. Sorry. Hey, hold on. In a minute, okay? So sometimes yellows might show that they're not really interested in the business side. They want to help, but that's where you just have to learn how to show that by them being in the business, they're able to reach more people. Like Melissa was saying, that your hands can only reach so many people. If they join, their hands are able to reach other people. So they can be sometimes a little indecisive, but they're well organized and good at multitasking. So both the yellow and greens are slower decision makers and a little bit more deliberate. So I can share that picture because it really helps. But the main things I always try to remember is red is money, blue is fun, green is info, and yellow is help. And so that helps you with those one little words connect quickly on what type of individual. And it's usually like, what are the questions that they're asking, where you can find out what category they fit in so that you can guide the conversation the correct way. That's pretty much all I had. I didn't know how long you wanted me to go.
No, that's perfect. No, that's perfect.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I had to go like ape shit mama 10.0 on my kids because they decided to slap each other. So I literally had to mute and go like 10 octaves. My voice is worse now. Okay. So why is this important? So here's some ways to kind of identify a red. So Crystal made me this really, really cool picture. And it says, it's like a Blitz card, and you can hang it from your purse, or you can hang it from your backpack, or you can hang it from your keys even. And on the back, it talks about cannabis oil. And this is something you could just make and laminate in hole punch. And so a lot of the times, people will ask about it, or I will also give them my card. So this is how I start conversations. So I'll give them my card. And like last night at the bar, gave the girl my card, and she's like, man, I wish I could work for myself too. And I'm like, but you can. What's your email? The conversation always starts with you somehow initiating it, the got CBD, all of that. And there's always something that they say, or you can guide them to determine where you need to go from there. And so I'm going to give some examples right now. I'm going to look through who's on so I can see. Let's talk about a green personality, because I know she won't mind it. Shayna, she's like, I'm green. Yes, pick me. So Shayna's on, and she's someone that I personally recruited onto the team. And I actually met her in a keto group. I do live keto videos. Random friend requested her. She accepted. Never met her in my life, and she's one of my rock stars. And she's like, I feel like she's my best friend. Like, I feel like we have to like Zoom, have wine together. So, yeah. So anyways, so when she reached out to me, or maybe I reached out to her, I don't remember how it went down, but this is the things. Tell me about the CBD oil. And I'm like, great. Like, what do you want to know? Are you familiar with it? And she's like, well, where is it from? Tell me about the compensation plan. How is it sourced? What are the ingredients? This is like, as soon as someone starts doing this, guys, like, this person legit is green. You know it. Now, here's the thing where people go wrong. Everybody is dominant in one personality. I can be very red. I'm financially driven, and like I can be a little bit of a control freak. I know it, and I'm working on it. That's why I'm slowly pulling my team in to start helping me with these Zooms and stuff, because I need to. They are fully capable of leadership, and they're amazing. So, if I, being a red, am like, Shayna, who gives a about the ingredients, girl? You can be a millionaire, and you're going to be like sitting on the beach sipping margaritas. Like, I'm telling you, my friends are making $1 million in the past 14 months. And she's like, Melissa, but I want to know the ingredients. And I'm like, dude, no, look at my paycheck. Look at this. And you're talking about all this money, because I'm red, right? Money and all these people. And she's like, Melissa, never mind. Okay. So it's important to know that, because you can drive people away. And so I'm like, here's the thing about a green. Okay, guys, lead them to quality research. And I did not know about our farms. I didn't know all about the ingredients. I didn't know. Shayna knows way more than I do about now I have part green in me, so it did help because I'm like, this is what I know. This is super exciting. Here's where you can find good information on it. Lead them to where they can find the quality information. They are going to do so much of the research themselves. Just try your best to not let them Google like crazy, because Google, any sort of a hack can put anything on their blog, okay? And so you have to answer their questions and guide them to the information on the green. Now, let me find a blue. Let me see who's the blue on here. I know Crystal's a little bit blue, but hold on. I was hoping Casey was on here because she's like so blue. But okay, so Casey, my friend Casey, this is a good example. Okay, I'm red, green. Casey is blue. Casey messaged me when she was first thinking about getting in the business. A blue personality likes to party, have a good time, likes to be around a lot of people and feel good. And I do too. Like, I'm blue in my personal life. Crystal, of all people, knows that I am blue in my personal life. We like to party. If y'all went to Vegas with me, we like to party. And then we get down to business, all right? So when it comes to my business, I'm red. So, but Casey was like, Melissa, like, I'm thinking about joining this business. Would you consider it? And I'm like, F you, Casey, you know where my heart's at. She starts sending me charts that she doesn't even understand, guys. And I am part green and part red. She's like, she's trying to lead into my personality. She's like, Melissa, the compensation plan is so lucrative. Look at it. I'm like, this is Chinese, Case. Like, this, you don't even know what you just sent me. And I was getting mad. I was getting angry because I'm like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Like, I would really need logical reasons. Greens need logical reasons. So you can tell a blue when, for example, if a blue sees my Blitz card or I give them my business card, a blue personality is going to go, oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. Or a blue personality, when I post on my Facebook about our Christmas party we just did for our local team here, they go, that looks like so much fun. Oh my gosh, I want to go to the next one. That is a blue. And here's what you do with a blue. You reach out to them, or when they reach out to you about the business, you focus on the fun of the business. Girl, it is so much fun. We do local parties all the time. We have conventions. We do online team huddles where we're sitting there drinking wine together, all online across the entire world. We go to Vegas together and literally party till 4 a.m. for the conventions, sometimes longer. Sometimes you get no sleep for 48 hours straight. And you focus on those things with them. And they're going to go like, oh my gosh, do you get to make money? Like, what? This is so much fun. Like, honestly, most blues won't even really care much about the money. Like, as long as they're still having fun, they're going to stay in the business with you. And so those are the things you focus on with them. Get them to an event, guys. Get them to a fun event if you can. Have them host a party for you. Blues know lots of people. They are the social butterflies, okay? Casey Tosi, our upline, my sponsor, if you called her and said, Casey, we're going to do a party tomorrow at your house and you need to get 50 people there because it's going to be a blast, Casey would be able to do it because she is a blue and people know it's going to be a good time. Okay, so blues know a lot of people. Take advantage of that and say, you know what would be fun? I could make some cute little CBD treats and we could talk about the business and I'll bring some wine. We talk about the products. Bring everyone over. You host a party. We'll earn points to win you for some free products. And it's going to be so much fun. All your friends are going to be able to hear about things and we'll sip on some wine and try some products. You're going to love it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. And they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I could totally do that. And they will get so many people there, guys. So that's what you would do with the blue. A yellow personality. There's a couple yellows on here, actually. I think Vanessa has a little bit of yellow in her. She definitely has some green in her as well. Vanessa is the type of person that really likes to, I'm going to use you, Vanessa, because I know I can and you won't be offended. So Vanessa's the type of person, she just loves helping people, guys. Like, if I'm in a bind, like tonight, like let's say something happened to my kids and I could message Vanessa and I could be like, girl, like I need your help. Help is the key word with the yellow. And I'd be like, my kid just poured peppermint essential oil in her eye, which this literally happened. So can you run the color personality training tonight? Like she would be like, oh my God, I'll figure it out. Yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? So yellows love to help people. So when I give them a Blitz card, or when they see my Blitz card, or when they see my business card, or when they walk up to my booth at an event, they're going to go, these are key things they would say. Oh my gosh, this would help my mom. This would help my mom's boss. This would help my aunt. This would help my uncle's dog's dead frog's brother. Like they can think of anyone and everyone that it'll help. And so that's what you need to focus on with them. And you say, yes, like it has helped me do this, this, and that. It has helped my mom and my grandma. It has helped my friend do this, 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 and that. It's helped them so much. And you focus on how the products have helped people. And then what you could do, if you're really thinking this person could rock the business, you could say, and this has helped me stay at home with my children. Because what they're going to do is their mind's going to start turning, and they're going to go, maybe this could help my sister stay at home with her kids. Maybe my mom is retired, but they're struggling. Maybe this could help her and she could maybe do the business. That's what they will think of. Kim Salas is on here right now. I wonder if Heather's on here. I don't know. Heather Lynn, I see her. Yes. Okay. So Heather, I think, and I could just be reading into this, but Heather has had she's a former customer of Kim's. Major amazing things happen with the oil, to the point she was actually passing out from anxiety attacks and ending up in hospital, and hasn't had that situation happen since being on our oil. And so she talks to so many people about how the oils helped her and how it can help them. And so I messaged her today. I'm like, Heather, like I would be lying if I didn't tell you like that I didn't want you on the team. So this girl I know has got some yellow in her and she wants to help people. And so that's some things that you focus on with the yellow person, and you talk about how it's going to help different people, and how, hey, you can actually reach out and help so many people by becoming an affiliate. And so those are the different things you talk about with them. Now, if I went to a blue personality like Casey, or a yellow personality like Heather or Vanessa, and I was like, Vanessa, like you need to stop being like so into like talking so long with people. You need to hustle. You need to work really, really, really hard, Vanessa, and you need to get to work, because then you're going to talk to more people and you're going to become a millionaire. And it's all about you becoming a millionaire, Vanessa. Like, come on, let's become a millionaire. Like, let's do this. She would be like, dude, like that's not what I'm in this for. Like, don't force me to, I have my reasons, and you would scare them off. Or if you're like, I sit down with Vanessa to talk about the opportunity, and all I talk about is making money. Like, girl, you're just going to make so much money. And they're going to be like, okay, but like, that's like, I don't need the money, or I don't care about the money. Like, tell me I asked you like who it's helped so far, so this is why it's important to recognize those color personalities so that you can talk to the pieces of the business that pertain to them. Okay. Did I talk? So I talked about red, green, blue, and yellow. Yeah. Okay. So I talked about those. Any questions so far? Before I'm going to talk about kind of how to best, some really quick tips on how to coach those color personalities too. I don't think there's any questions so far. Okay, so now in coaching color personalities, in coaching a green personality, I have to give them logical reasons to show up to an event. Hey, Shayna, any chance that you can help on the Zoom tonight? It's going to really help your team to see you in a leadership position to talk about the different medical conditions or the different benefits of our CBD, why it's best, blah, blah, blah. I'm giving her logical reasons, and then I'm putting her in a role that she excels in. Shayna, you are a freaking rock star in knowing why our CBD oil is best. So coach them and use their talents and their strong points to help the rest of the team, okay, and to help, which only grows everybody's business. So I'm giving her logical reasons to hop on today, and I'm validating her knowledge so she can share it with you guys, right, and help you. So when it comes to having them come to events, hey Shayna, I really think you should go to our convention in October. You're going to hear from the CEO himself and the co-founder, his wife, as to how things got started. You're going to hear from Jen Canna, who is our grower, and you're going to hear how they grow, why they grow, what they're working on with Congress directly. Like, it's a good opportunity for you to learn and get so much information. And Shayna's going to go, yeah, I don't want to miss that. Like, I want to be able to learn and know it all. And so that's how you would coach a green. Sometimes you have to bring them down a notch. Like, sometimes Shayna's like, can you find anything on this company? I only see one thing that's wrong, and I'm trying to find like 10 things, and I'm really trying to understand what year that the owner was born of the company. And so I'm like, Shayna, why does it matter? And she's like, you're right. Okay, I'll step away. So sometimes you have to like bring them down and be like, hey, at the grand scheme of things, does it matter? And she's like, no. Okay, you step away and get back to work. That's kind of what you want to do with the green. When you're coaching a blue, you consistently need to have some fun on the team, okay, guys? So this becomes difficult when we grow over time throughout the entire world. It's like we have people on our team. We have Texas, we have at Georgia, we have Florida, we have New York, we have Arizona, we have California, we have Oregon, we have Indiana, we have Utah, there's so many different states, hopefully 50 states soon, right? And so as we grow, it's hard to kind of keep things fun. So I try to be silly and stuff on our Zooms and whatnot, but locally especially, I try to do something fun and every month or every other month, and it helps a ton to keep that spirit up, to keep camaraderie and things like that. But you really, with a blue, you don't want to get all technical and be like, you need to know how it works, why it works, where it's sourced, why it's sourced that way. You need to memorize all this. You need to get studying. Honestly, when I'm like, hey, Blue, will you bring people to our event? Like, they're like, is it going to be fun? I'm like, yeah. And for every person you bring, I buy you a glass of wine. And that's what I say to a blue person. And they will get like 25 people there. And they'll be like, Rich, yeah, we're going to be so drunk and we're going to party. And so that's like one of the key things you do with the blue personality. Like if I told Casey, like, Casey, for every 3 people you bring to my event tonight, I literally will buy you 1 cocktail at the bar after, she would legit go crazy. Okay, so believe me, I partied with that girl in Vegas. And so that's kind of like, you always keep it fun with the blue. With a yellow personality, do some team things together, like gives back programs, like go out and do a team volunteer day once a month. Show them testimonies of different people that the oils have helped or that the other products have helped. Consistently make sure you're bringing up real life testimonies, like, how exciting is this, guys? This happened to one of my customers. Check this out. And making sure everyone else is kind of sharing those things too, because it's always nice to have that validation, especially if you maybe recently had someone that was like, it didn't work as well as I had hoped or whatever, or you just had someone that was upset with shipping, or, to have that constant validation, like, check this out, guys. Like, just last night, one of the girls on our team posted, this girl's elbow was like this big from arthritis, and she's been using our oil and it's like a normal size now. And so I shared that in the page. I'm like, this is amazing, because ultimately it's really cool to get paid for helping people, like legit helping people. I mean, I wake up to a new message every day and it's so awesome. So Amanda says, yay, wine. I'm mostly blue, a little bit yellow. Yeah, Amanda, like, I've been to events with Amanda, and we literally stay up till like 3 a.m. playing Heads Up, like drunk. And when we have to be up at 7 a.m. or something like that. And so, yeah, I always bribe her with wine. So, So Jessica says, when you make a post on Facebook, should you cater in all way to all colors to attract everyone? No, because you can't. You can't. When I make a Facebook post, I am talking to someone specific. I have a person in my mind, and it's usually like, it just depends, and I switch it up. So a red personality is not always going, or a yellow personality is not going to enjoy the posts about my income. So if I'm like, this is this week's paycheck, this is this is more than I made in a month at my job, and a yellow is going to be like, gross. Like, but a yellow, what you'll notice is a couple days before that, I had a picture of me and my daughter, and I was like, this time last week, I had to beg someone else to pick my daughter up from school. I had to take them out of school, and this business has helped us so much, because now this was the first full week I got to pick my daughters up from school every single day in 6 months that I'd even been able to pick them up from school once. And so a yellow is going, oh my gosh, this is helping her so much. Like I can't, and a red might be like, big deal, where's the money? You know what I mean? Like, so you can't cater to all personalities. So what I like to do is switch it up. And then if you go to my Facebook right now, guys, you'll look like, I literally posted that one about me and my daughters and how the business has helped us facilitate more time with them. And then I posted us at the events having fun. And if you guys have not seen that CBD ballad that the cowboy guy did at our event yesterday, is so funny. I think it's hilarious. He made up ad-libbed a song, improv'd a song about CBD at our event, and I almost peed my pants. It's so funny. But that really attracted a bunch of blues. A bunch of blue personalities reached out to me, and it was like, it looks like you guys are always having so much fun, And so I know I need to focus on that. You cannot focus on each and every personality like a coverall in every post. Okay, so I talked about, what did I talk about? I talked about the yellows. Wait, and coaching a yellow, coaching a blue, keeping it fun, coaching a green. Oh, okay, and then coaching a red. Reds are competitive. So I'm going to pull Jason. I know he's on with Candace, right? Candace, is Jason on with you? Okay, so Jason, I'm like, yo, Jason, like, you're on the leaderboard. Like, you think you can get up a few spots? Because, like, I know he's like, I'm on the leaderboard. Or I could say right now, watch, this is going to drive him nuts. Jason, I'm like 20 spots ahead of you on the leaderboard. I dare you to try to pass me by the end of the month. Like, he's like, challenge accepted. I'm not sleeping for the next 3 weeks. So that is the epitome of a red personality, that they want to be spotlight. They like to lead. They are competitive. They are financially driven, organized. And so that's the way to really get a red going. Now, I know from experience, guys, because I've been there, reds can be hard-headed. I have been there. I remember I was like, I don't have time for this learning shenanigans. I don't have time to go to an event. Like, I'm not going to shish kumbah and stand in a circle and massage each other's backs and crap like that. I was like that. And so I was a little hard-headed in learning and showing up to things like this and coming to events, and my business like literally became stagnant and started to decline when I was that hard-headed in the network marketing industry. And so I had to literally get over myself as a red personality and start understanding leadership more and the different personalities. Like, I remember I was like, hello, you signed up 3 freaking weeks ago. You haven't posted once. You haven't launched. You haven't talked about the business. What are you doing? Like, I would freak out on people. I'm like, you're telling me you're broke. Like, what is your issue? Like, do something, and it's just not the way to go about things. So that a red personality, you can coach them by being competitive. And so if I was trying to correct a red personality, what you need to do is compliment sandwich them. And I'll tell you how to correct everybody. Like, hey, I noticed that you put something on your post that wasn't compliant, like you made a medical claim. Or in the beginning, what you're going to say, like, dude, you are killing it. I'm so excited that you're so excited about posting all the time and putting all these testimonies out. I did notice one of your posts had something non-compliant up. So here's how I would maybe reword that. but I am telling you, like, you are really close to promoting this month. I can see it. I can just see you double promoting. You compliment sandwich or red. When you're trying to correct a yellow, you're going to correct, and I always like to compliment sandwich anyways, but then you're going to say, when you're able to correct this, this is going to help. You always use the word help. This is going to help so many other people on your team see. Or, hey, we want to help people the right way and not give them false hope. So I wanted to just kind of reach out and helping you to show you how maybe we could better say this so that we are a good example for our team and it helps them in moving forward. You always use that word help. In correcting a blue, always again compliment sandwich, and then make it fun towards the end. Somehow keep it light and fun. And then in correcting a green, you give them the logical reason. And I like to voice message a lot of these, and I'll say, hey, I really appreciate all the help that you've provided and the knowledge that you have. You're so super knowledgeable. This is what I would correct, and this is why I would correct it. And by giving them logical reasons, it usually helps. So that's kind of all I have, like, in a nutshell in terms of the color personalities. Does anyone have any questions on that before we talk about what makes our CBD the best with the super green Shayna? I'm going to go through the chat to make sure I didn't miss anything. Wine, recipe for the chocolates. I actually did not use one. Candace, oh my God. I made those chocolates and I was like, first of all, like, I just don't cook. Like, I start looking through a recipe and halfway through I'm like, that sounds terrible. Like, what is simmer sifting? I don't know what that is or whatever. And so I'm like, let's try this. Used granulated sugar. How about we use some stevia drops? Like, I just don't follow recipes very well. So I literally put, like, dumped chocolate chips into a pan or a pot, tried to melt them. Krista had to tell me there was something called chocolate seizing. I did not know chocolate could seize as you're trying to melt it. Well, that chocolate seized. So I literally, like, with gloves, pulled it out of and squished it into the mold and scraped it. It was like, chocolate's done. Like, CBD chocolate's done. I put 2 drops into each little mold of the peppermint CBD. She's asking how I made the CBD peppermint chocolates for our party. And so that's what I did. Will I make them different next time? Yeah, most likely. Maybe I should have followed a recipe. I just thought you can melt chocolate and it would work. I don't know. Gummy bears. Yeah. I went online, Pinterest, and searched or Google actually, and did a natural gummy bear recipe. Now, here's the thing, guys. We can't, like, sell or product tamper technically. So I would just be careful with it. Like, but at parties and stuff, it's fine. But as long as you're not, like, Hempworks CBD, like, there's some ice cream companies and some bakeries that want to use our CBD, and coffee shops too. And so that's something that they can do at their own risk, as long as they're, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. What's a good way to approach one of your team members who's not working the business? I personally don't drag anyone, because you can't light a fire underneath them. It has to come from within. So I do my best to keep them in touch and say, hey, is there anything I can do to help you in your business? And I do that with my personally enrolled. But also, if they're just not, like, if stuff's just, like, you can't drag them. And again, that goes back to that law of averages. There's 100,000 people out, that are going to say yes. 10,000 will do it. 1,000 might actually, work it, that sort of a thing. Especially because this is initiative-based business. And yeah, definitely love on them. Like my mom was saying, find out their goals is a good thing. Like, find out why they join and remind them of that. All right, so I like to ask them, like, can I send you a post? Can I send you an example of what, how you can invite people tonight? Stuff like that. But after a while, it becomes very difficult to drag them. Can we have CBD treats at an event rather than sell them? I wouldn't suggest it, just for liability purposes, but it's up to you. All right, so let's go moving on. to what makes our CBD the best. So go ahead, Shayna.
So I was just going to say something that's really funny about following the whole color thing is in my head. Are you there? I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I was trying to make it so like you were big on my screen.
Oh. Okay. So I just thought it was funny because like in my head, I'm like, these are the most important things that I'm telling people, like in my head from a green perspective. Like this is the vital information for selling our CBD. And I feel like that even like at events, and you just made a light bulb, another light bulb go off in my head. I'm like, okay, so some of those people, the ones that like at events that are walking around drinking wine and stuff, having a good time, they don't care anything about, I mean, to some extent, you have to care about this, you know, to want to be interested in our product, but they're more about the fun. And I have probably been missing people because of that right there. So anyways. It was my little aha moment from Justin.
Yeah, no, the biggest mistake a green makes is they throw up all over people. And
yes.
It's like I guarantee you've probably been like, this is a video to where our farms are and how we source our ingredients. And the fact that we actually are an FDA compliant facility and our carrier oil is hemp seed oil, which is like all the things you're about to say now, you've probably put in like merging paragraph to somebody on a message or an email or people are like when I get messages like that from people on Facebook, I'm like, I open it, I'm all, and I like close it and mark it as unread, and I'm like, no, like my heart starts racing, and so I can't do it. I have to like come back to it later most times. So
yeah, I've changed my approach a little bit. Every time I start doing that, I start texting. I'm like, Melissa says word vomit, and I start delete. And I
honestly, I don't even ask. And if you guys watch my Seal the Deal training, like when someone's like, tell me about the CBD, I'm like, what do you know about it? Like, I'm the one asking questions here. And I'm like, what do you know about it? I don't know anything about it. Cool. Here's a picture. CBD helps with blah, 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 blah. What makes you want to use it is what I say next. You know what I mean? Oh, I want to help my sister. Yellow. This is a yellow. Oh, it looks like you guys have a lot of fun in your business. Blue. Oh, it looks like you're making a lot of money. Oh, red. You know, like it automatically, when I say what makes you want to use it and they answer, I know what color personality they are after that. So go ahead, girl.
Okay. So yeah, coming from a green, like Melissa said, half the stuff she just rolled off is exactly what I'm about to tell y'all. So just to reiterate, what makes our product stand apart from everyone else's, because the industry is booming. CBDs are popping up everywhere. And like she said, over the next 4 years, we'll have more and more people coming into this industry. So really knowing what sets our CBD apart from others, I feel like is going to be even more important over the next several years. But just a quick rundown. All of our products, they're non-GMO and they're organic, so no pesticides. If you're taking something, if you're trying to, you know, push something that is helping people, then you don't want to put pesticides in your body. And I've seen so many people actually make that mistake. I've had several people that were using other CBDs that, yes, I went green and I did research on, you know, which one they were using. And they were taking it because they had cancer or something like that. I have a couple of friends that were actually using it for that reason. And it was testing positive for pesticides. So I feel like that's a big deal. Ours does not have that. It is non-GMO. It's organic. All of our farms are compliant. That is a big deal. We're compliant under the current farm bill. If you're getting hemp, if your CBD is coming from hemp that is not farm compliant, then it's probably illegal. Pretty much bottom line on that. I won't go much more on that. But our products, CBD, it's not FDA approved. Thank goodness. We don't want it to be FDA approved. But because it's not, people can literally produce it in their kitchen. Mom and pop shops. A lot of these little smoke shops are coming up with really crappy quality CBD, and they're selling it on their shelves because it's not regulated in any way. And our products are at least produced in an FDA regulated lab, which I feel like is very important. At least, you know, there's cleanliness and it's passing certain standards. The facility that it's being produced in. I'm sorry, I have like 3 kids and a dog behind that door right there. So, guys, our products are all third-party lab tested. And in some of my research that I did, I found out all of these other ones that are saying that they're third-party lab tested. I haven't found any others. That doesn't mean they're not out there. There might be one out there, but I haven't found any others that are actually third-party testing their final product, which kind of blew my mind that they're allowed to even say that they're third-party testing, but they're actually just testing their hemp that they're getting, and then they're going and doing all of the processes, and what the end product is that we're getting isn't actually tested. So HempWorks does third-party tests. I think that's huge. And we use a CO2 extraction method as compared to like an ethanol or what's another one? An olive oil extraction method. So the CO2 extraction method, it basically just ensures that your CBD is super, super effective, which is why we only have 500 and 750 milligram. I think I even learned this maybe a little bit on one of your.
Yeah, actually, my grandma's boyfriend, he's a engineer and chemist, and he came to our event the other day, and he actually was like, wow, I had no idea you guys use a CO2 extraction and that your third-party lot testing is all on the backs of your bottles. That's huge, because if someone tries to come back and say this blah, 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 blah to me, they can go back to the lot, talk to any of the people that also purchased from that lot, and it's a protection piece to you. But the other thing is that it can, they can go back, and if there is like a recall, can go back and go, oh, hey, everybody with this lot number, like, we got to talk. You know what I mean? That's never happened, but I'm just saying it's a huge protection piece. But in terms of the CO2 extraction, it's an inert gas, and so it does minimal intervention. It extracts at minimal intervention. And so things like ethanol and olive oil, it's huge interaction with the product itself. And so you have those things as a byproduct. But again, yeah, it's not as effective. So my grandma bumped up to the 750 from the 500 for her head tremors, and it was too much. Her head started shaking again. Mm-hmm. So we will never, most likely we will never go above 750 milligrams because ours is usually compared to the ones on the market, the competitors that are 1,000, 1,500, 3,000 even, mm-hmm. and that are not even third-party tested, claiming that they have that much CBD in it. So where's the proof? Like, you have any documentation that there was a test done to this that says that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of our documentation can be found on your websites, guys, under menu documentation. So go ahead.
So the next thing that really makes ours stand out is the ingredients. In comparison to other CBDs, you turn our bottle around, we have 2 ingredients, the hemp-derived CBD and the pressed hemp seed oil. That's it, unless we're looking at the peppermint or the cinnamon. I have yet to find another company out there that has that few products or that few ingredients in their actual products. So ours is definitely the purest. And that was honestly, back to my green personality, that's what got me in this. When I see this company that Melissa, threw out to me saying, oh, we have the purest CBD on the market, I personally kind of set out to prove it wrong, doing all the research, because that's a bold statement to make. And I was not able, at least to this point, I have not been able to prove that any differently. So I think the purity of our product is so key in comparison to others that are on the market. There's nothing else out there as pure as what we're offering people. And then the price point. If you're looking at CBDs that have just those few ingredients in them that are third-party tested, that are CO2 extracted. There is no other product on the market out there that comes in at the price that ours do. I've seen one that comes in close to our standards, but the price for the same size bottle is between like $150 and $175, which is crazy. And then, I mean, if people still aren't convinced at that point, our growers, we're part of the hemp research program, but our growers, Gincana, they are, what is it? They're one of the founding members of the actual hemp roundtable, and the president of Gincana is the secretary of the hemp roundtable, which is huge because the hemp roundtable is what is excelling us, that's pushing this market for us, working with Congress to make sure that we have the right to use these hemp-derived products without any issues.
The other thing they're also working towards is Gincana and the U.S. Hemp Roundtable is fighting synthetic CBDs. Yeah. And if you guys follow Jenna Zweigel on our co-founder on Facebook, the FDA has come out with CBD products, and these are synthetic CBDs, which actually have a lot of side effects. These are man-made cannabinoids. And so the reason why it's an FDA-approved cannabinoid is because it's not a God-given plant. It's not a plant. It's something made in a lab. And the government can't own property over plants. They cannot own the rights to regulate or mandate plants and things of that nature. And so the Hemp Roundtable is really fighting synthetics, which also, if the FDA starts making, other people are going to try to start making as well. Which can become a dangerous situation. And so they fight for that as well. I love the U.S. Hemp Roundtable. So HempWorks actually recently donated $50,000 to them. Gincana, is where we get our hemp, will only work with HempWorks as a marketing company to sell their CBD products. So we have a monopoly on the best CBD on the market. Okay, go ahead.
No, that's it. You wrapped it up for me. Good job. That was the last little bit that I was going to say, is just incorporating a little bit of that info. So
yeah, I think that's important to know, because you are going to occasionally run into people, guys, that are like, I've tried CBD, or I'm vaping CBD, which you can't vape our CBD because it is so pure, it'll burn up a pen.
I just did it by myself.
Good job, babe.
I just
remembered. Good job. You're going to, as the market continues to grow, like we're here in Arizona, and we have people like, oh, I buy 3,200 milligrams CBD from my friend who grows it in his backyard. I'm all, what? No, come on, let me educate you. Is it cool if I educate you on this? And so, again, when they're like hesitant to make the switch or to give yours a try, always build value in what the brand, has to offer, and say, at the end of the day, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Try it. Test me. Just, I can cure your curiosity and I can cure your skepticism for $69, and it's, you get your money back if you don't believe it, So that's what I would do personally. That pretty much sums it up. Does anyone else have any other questions before we wrap it up for the night?
No, the only thing I would add is, like, one thing I had to learn is you have to shut up. Like, ask a question and shut up, or you're not going to find what color they are. Whether it's events or even in messages. So, like, how everything that Melissa was saying, it's a question that she asked so that she can go find out the directive with it. So that's something that I have to remind myself, like, even at events, or and make it about them. Like, when you're talking to that person, whether it's in message or in person, that person needs your direct attention, and it's about them. So ask questions, find out about them, and go from there, because that's how they're gonna know, like, okay, they're not just trying to like tell me all this stuff and make a sale off me.
Yeah, that's huge, guys. Don't interrupt your people at your events or when you're talking on the phone with them. Let them talk, and because people buy they buy you before they buy your product, okay? And so if you're interrupting, if you're making it about you at that event, and not letting them talk about their problems or whatever, like I would say when it comes to events and in-person stuff, 70% of the conversation is them talking and 30% of it is me asking questions. And that final question is, so what are you thinking? Like, are you thinking like you're going to give it a try to see how it helps? Ask for the sale, and then obviously if they can't, find out why not, if that's the case. And then also if they're like, yeah, I think I am going to give it a try, make sure you ask for the affiliate. So are you thinking of using it, or are you also thinking of using it, maybe trying to make some money? Don't be afraid to ask that, because some people don't think, like, I know people that are like, I just didn't think you like would think I would be good at it. I'm like, I think anybody could be good at this as long as they're willing to learn, So, but yeah, oh yeah, me and my mom says hugs are common nature at events. Like we sit there and like sometimes we end up in tears at events because we're like, what's going on? Like, what made you stop by the booth? And they literally like, I've had PTSD. I was abused as a child. I was put on multiple medications, this, and that. And by the end, they tell us their whole life story, and they're crying and we're crying, and they hug you and you have a new customer. And so like, hugs are super common at events. I think I must have hugged probably 10 new people yesterday. We had 2 events yesterday. I think I sold 10 sample packs, so I made $100 profit off that. 1 new customer personally, and then some of my teammates also had sales. I pre-enrolled one of the vendors pre-enrolled, and then pre-enrolled the bartender after. So it was a very successful day. And all in all, I think I spent $40 total for each event, 20, and 20. So it was very, very successful. Any other questions before can you share the chart thing that was made for you? Okay, yeah. So this is what I do. Like when it comes to someone who has who wants information on the business. Oops, wrong one. Oh yeah. What I tell them, I use the system, guys. Use the system. I don't talk to anybody. I don't answer their questions until they are pre-enrolled. End of story. And so here's the thing, like if they can't go on and like watch a video in the free tour area, then they also aren't going to do their training. They're not going to reach out to people. They're not going to follow up, any of that. So if they can't go to this website, and I'll just create like a bogus, like go in and see, like I have my opportunity websites here. So the first thing I do is when they want information on the business too, I say, okay, here's what I want you to do. I either need your email to register for a free tour, or go here to register it for yourself so that you can watch the video and play with the menu tabs. So they click on this. This is what they see. Everybody's got their own HempWorks business opportunity website, and they put Joe. Oh, let's use Sally. Come on now. What was I thinking? Sally Martin. Imaginary fake at gmail.com. I'm just making up an email. I'm not going to put their phone number. Submit. This is what they see. If you guys haven't done this, you should. This is what they see. Now their email is the means for them to get in. So first thing I tell them to do is watch this video. Okay, if I can stop it, that would be great. I say watch the video, and then go to the menu tab and play with it and gather your questions for me. And then I'll call you tonight about any questions. And it talks about the company, the products, the opportunity, the maintenance, successes, all of this. Now they can go in. You guys need to watch my pre-enrollment video because they can go here and see who's under them. They can re-log in. Right now, nothing because Sally just pre-enrolled, but now they can log in by going to your website, and I give them instructions. If they gave me their email, like for example, all my leads yesterday that said, yes, I'm interested in making income, I pre-enroll them for them, and then I send them my product site, and I say, hey, I registered you for a free tour of the business. Here's how you access it. Go to this site, hit menu, hit sign in, click where it says pre-enrollee sign in instead of affiliate. And we're going to put, what did I put? Imaginary, and put your email you gave me. imaginaryfake@gmail.com. Now I want you to watch that video and play with the menu tab. Same thing we just saw, okay guys? That's how they re-log into it, all right? Now if they can't even look at that, like you really think they're gonna work? Took 2 seconds, right? So I don't talk to anybody until they've done that or until they've given me their email to do that, okay? So the next thing is usually they're like, what are the starter packs again? Like how much does it cost to get started? And this is all I do. This is in my Seal the Deal training as well. So I'll just keep it quick here and I'll end it. I won't go too much into detail. I literally I send them these 2 pictures. It's in my HempWorks. I send them this one, the join pack options. And then I also send them, I say this is, and then I send them this picture right there. Those 2 pictures. These are in our team page under the Hemp Squad page. You go to photos, you go to albums, you go to important and valuable pictures or something like that. That's the name of the album. These are in there. Oh, shoot. I wanted to show you what I say and how I access it. And then I say, okay. And then I say this. I have all this stuff. Look, I have 426 notes, guys. Anytime I have something important, I literally like put it in a new note. Like these are all these different like pregnancy and CBD, party layout, cannabinoids in breast milk, how are CBDs farmed? Like, oops, I save all these so that like health benefits of hemp, CBD in pets, like the training bot link. I have it in a note in my phone, my website, all that. So then I say I search, this is what I tell them, and I copy and paste it. You guys can screenshot it if you want. And then I will say, like, do you have any other questions? Or like, what other questions can I answer? Or is there anything that would hold you back from trying the business? Because sometimes it'll be like, I just don't have any money. And in which case I get them pre-selling. If you don't understand the pre-sell, there's a video on my YouTube on how people can pre-sell 3 oils and get the director pack for free. All leads back into showing up and to these huddles and plugging into your training. I have helped over 10 people get started with no money out of pocket in this business. And I've shared that with my entire team, but I still have a lot of people that are like, how? I shared it. I love you. It's there. The info's there. Invite them to our party tomorrow night. Are those links in any of the group pages? Teresa, I believe so, yes. Otherwise, you can message me. I'll resend them. I've sent them several times into our group chat, but anytime I find one that I like, I literally will copy and paste it into there. But I have, like I said, I have over 423 notes in there, and sometimes it's just like a verbiage that I liked that someone said. Sometimes it's like who's going to convention 2019. I have a note for that. I have a bunch of different notes just to easily like answer things because I'm on the go so much. So
It's not there.
many of these, yes, are also on the files in HempWorks and in your resources. Many of them can be found throughout the team pages usually. can I upload all the links to one place? I actually have tried that and it got kind of lost. There was a link that we had. My other main concern, I guess I could do a valuable link file in the team page. That's what I'll do. I'll do a file in the Hemp Squad page of the ones I like. My only concern is people putting non-compliant links on there, because I have seen some links like about how CBD cures cancer, which is very misleading. And so I don't like the whole team sharing stuff like that. So, hey, that's enough. Turn the TV off. I didn't say. That's enough. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here, guys.